There is an unknown arena in the heart-pounding NFL where every play, touchdown, and tackle has the power to make or break a game, the realm of cleats. These fairly innocent-looking shoes may not seem like much, but they have frequently sparked debates, penalties, and unplanned confrontations between players and the league. Come along as we explore the compelling stories of players who push the envelope and suffer the consequences of their bold footwear choices. Number 1. Marshawn Lynch was ready to make an impression in the world of NFL fashion, and boy did he, thanks to those elaborate custom-made gold cleats. Lynch was prepared to unveil these incredible works of art at the NFC Championship thanks to Soles by Sir, a pair of cleats covered in luxurious 24-karat gold that are valued at a modest fortune. These golden beauties went viral right away when he showed them off on Instagram, but the NFL stole Lynch's glamorous moment when he took the pitch for warm-ups, ready to make an entrance in his golden kicks. Yes, the league really came to blows, threatening to kick Lynch out of the game should he venture onto the field wearing those glistening golden cleats. The reason? NFL regulations demand that players wear cleats in team colors, black, white, or shades matching the team palette. With the Seahawks' official hues being navy green and gray, the golden glitz didn't make the cut. Despite his disappointment, Lynch had to comply, swapping his fancy footwear for something more NFL approved. But here's the kicker. Even without the golden glamour, Lynch did what he does best, powered through, helped his team secure the win, and left a lasting memory of how the NFL momentarily dulled his shine for the sake of uniformity. Number 2. On Christmas Day 2020, Alvin Kamara was prepared to light up the pitch and bring joy to everyone in a game that would live in memory. Kamara's goal from the outset was to make history while looking amazing. The NFL was also captivated by his eye-catching display of celebration when he appeared on the field wearing his personalized cleats. Kamara gave an absolutely legendary performance during the course of the game. He tore through the defense for touchdown after touchdown, raising the bar for gridiron greatness. 5 touchdowns in one game, that's right, 5, tying the league record. But here's where the plot thickens. While Kamara's cleats were as flashy as his play, they didn't comply with the NFL's strict uniform policy. Despite Kamara's record-breaking show, the league was unimpressed. They weren't about to let Santa's red and green overshadow the league's black, white, and gold. So, they fined him. But Kamara had a plan. Knowing that he would have to pay a fine, Kamara disclosed his clever scheme in an interview. He promised to match the $5,000 fine and give the entire amount to a good cause. That's correct. Kamara outwitted the NFL, who attempted to play the Grinch, converted the fine into a good deed, and preserved the spirit of the holidays. The best thing, though, the NFL was not going to forget Kamara's iconic performance. He mailed the league his jersey, the game ball, his game-used cleats, and yes, even their elegant letter. Why? To guarantee that his extraordinary performance would live on in the NFL's archives for all time. Setting records and displaying his humanitarian nature, Kamara's performance was a Christmas miracle that included some of the most famous and controversial plays in NFL history. Number 3. According to a top-secret design created especially for the NFL, Kanye West's Yeezy trainers, which were sweeping the globe at the time, made their way to the league. Now enter DeAndre Hopkins, a guy who enjoyed making incredible catches on the football pitch just as much as he liked Yeezys. His love for these sneakers inspired him to accept a contract with Adidas, and Yeezys are now a staple of his go-to shoe collection. When Kanye knew of Hopkins' admiration for his shoes, he sent the NFL star something special, the first ever Yeezy cleats. Excited to show off his new gear, Hopkins made a grand entrance into his next game, flaunting the Yeezys on the field. And boy did he perform. Catch after catch, touchdown after touchdown, Hopkins showcased his skills, making headlines and turning his game into a social media sensation. However, the NFL wasn't as excited about Hopkins and his Yeezy studs as the public was, with attention on them rising higher than a football spinning into the air. The cleats were a combination of black and white, but the league insisted on having cleats with a single color as the primary design. Hopkins was hit with a 6-figure fine by the NFL as a result, putting out the Yeezy fire before it got any bigger. When asked if he'd keep wearing them, Hopkins quipped that he'd only continue if Kanye footed the fine.
Absolutely, and I can take it, I mean, a lot of techers, but, yeah, that's who I am. It is what it is.
But alas, the Yeezys never made another appearance on the field. The NFL's strict uniform regulations cast the Yeezys into the banned cleats category, leaving fans and players alike wondering if Kanye's kicks would ever make a comeback in NFL games. Number 4. Odell Beckham Jr. was more than just a fantastic player on the pitch when he was in the NFL. His style was generating buzz and creating trends. Following the news of Craig Sager's passing, Odell made the decision decision to honor the great commentator, who was renowned in the NBA for his daring and distinctive style. Heartbroken by the news, Odell looked for a special method to pay tribute to Sager's legacy, making cleats specifically named for the guy who helped shape his sense of design. Seeking to ensure Sager's memory would live on, Odell collaborated with a friend to create cleats that were vibrant, daring, and encapsulated Sager's flamboyant style. As Odell stepped onto the field for his next game, he did so wearing these breathtaking cleats adorned with various colors and featuring Craig Sager's name splashed across them. Every detail symbolized the essence of the unforgettable NBA personality. But there was a problem for Odell's tributary cleats. The NFL was unmoved, even though they had a deep meaning. The league disregarded the tribute's sentimental value in favor of rigidly following its uniform regulations. The cleats were an homage to an icon, but they didn't match the team's colors. Thus, Beckham Jr. was fined a whopping $18,000. Odell's gesture was anything from forgotten, even in the face of fines and an NFL ban. The cleats, which embodied the spirit of Craig Sager, grew to represent much more than simply colors and regulations. They made a lasting impression on the NFL and fans alike by paying tribute to a legacy, celebrating a legend, and showcasing the complexity of the game's meaning. Number 5. The Green Bay Packers wide receiver Davante Adams was prepared for a historic game off the pitch as well. He received a special delivery of an uncommon pair of bespoke Jordan 1 Dior cleats valued over $2,000 right before a game that may determine a Super Bowl position. There was a tangible sense of excitement as Davante hadn't even put on these statement trainers when everyone was talking about him on social media. When Davante finally stepped onto the field in those rare kicks, they instantly stole the spotlight. These were no ordinary cleats. They were the first ever Dior brand shoes worn in an NFL game, breaking new ground in athletic footwear fashion. However, the NFL, strictly adhering to its uniform regulations, didn't allow Davante's fashion statement to stand. They cited rules that restrict the display of brand names or logos that aren't official league partners. Even though there were no obvious logos on the cleats, the mere link with Dior created a stir. With quick action, the NFL effectively outlawed Davante's unique shoes. What transpired, though, was unexpected. Davante gave a noticeably poor effort in that game, and his side lost heartbreakingly. Social media users, who are renowned for their brutal honesty, didn't think twice to blame his cleat selection for the defeat, calling them fake or even bad luck. As the criticisms poured in, one fan hit harder than the rest, suggesting that Davante might now find solace in watching the Super Bowl from home while sporting his banned Dior cleats. Despite the backlash, the NFL, recognizing the impact of the loss and the scrutiny he faced, refrained from fining Davante further, deeming the public ridicule punishment enough. However, this incident marked the end of the road for any future appearances of Dior cleats in the NFL, as they were officially banned following Davante Adams' standout but controversial fashion statement. Number 6. It was more than simply comfort that drove Tom Brady to stick with a specific brand of cleats. It was a legacy. Brady had been associated with Under Armour for more than 10 years, using their cleats both on and off the field. But then, right before the NFL's opening day, an intriguing mystery suddenly came to light. Brady's well-known Under Armour cleats disappeared, and the reason why was more bizarre than fiction. It came out that the NFL and Under Armour had reached a deadlock. Neither party could agree on anything. As a result, Under Armour broke their relationship with the NFL and stopped appearing in video games, ads, and even on-field uniforms. Brady lost his favorite game day shoes as a result of this abrupt change. It was obvious how disappointed he was. Brady, on the other hand, who is renowned for his attention to detail, studied the NFL rulebook. He studied the fine print of the league's cleat rules and found a nifty little loophole. Brady made a shrewd decision to debut a pair of ordinary white cleats at the beginning of the new season. Without any eye-catching branding, these cleats quickly gained attention as Brady's first Under Armour departure in more than 10 years. However, many people were unaware of how misleading appearances may be. In an ingenious maneuver, Brady had secretly collaborated with Under Armour designers to create custom cleats that remained incognito under the NFL's scrutiny. These custom-made cleats bore no visible Under Armour logos, allowing Brady to slip under the radar of the NFL's strict regulations.
On 3rd and 3, they protect Brady. scans the field and lets it fly. It's Evans. It's a touchdown.
Brady kept playing in what seemed to be generic cleats, but it soon became clear that they were actually his favorite Under Armour cleats, minus the iconic symbols. Brady was protected from punishment by this calculated move because, although the cleats were Under Armour, the visible logo was missing, which would have qualified them for a ban under NFL rules. Brady's innovative move saved him from possible fines in addition to enabling him to keep sporting his favorite cleats. What about his ostentatious spending patterns? The way NFL legends manage their wealth, from personalized fish tanks to private islands, and the appeal of their lives off the field is a whole other story. As we come to the end of our fascinating investigation into the fascinating world of NFL cleat bans, it is clear that these seemingly unremarkable shoe choices have provoked debate, fines, and even surprising turns of events throughout the league's history. The history of banned cleats is nevertheless evidence of the nuanced interaction between individualism and league rules, as players have used them to express themselves and pay tribute to celebrities. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.